So for the triangles so far, when we're using trigonometry, it was always a side that was missing. What we're going to look at now is if we're not told the size of the angle. So for example, this triangle here, I'm going to tell you that I know that this side is 6 centimetres and this side is 10 centimetres, and we're going to try and find this angle here. I start the question in exactly the same way by identifying what is H, O and A. The hypotenuse is again always the longest side, so it's over here. My angle position must be given to work out where O and A is. So here's my angle. If I look on the opposite side of the triangle, that's O, and next to it is the adjacent. Once I have those three, I need to choose if sine, cos or tan is the most relevant. I've got O and A. So if you're forgetting, he's going to be tan. So if you're forgetting which one goes with which, you can write socket on top of your page. And we can see for O and A, it must be a tan. Now we know the rule. This tells us the rule that tan theta equals O over A. These three things must be given in the question. So the theta for this question is just a theta. It stays as that. So we have tan theta. And this time O over A are both given to us. So we put 6 over 10. We now need to solve the equation to get theta on its own. To get theta on its own, we need to undo the tan. So if we're undoing a multiplication, we use the opposite operation, which is a division. If we're undoing a plus, the opposite of that is a minus. The opposite of a squared is a square root. We need to know what is the opposite of a tan. Does anyone know what the opposite of a tan is? What's your guess?
H1E.
Yes. Okay, the opposite of tan, is an inverse tan. So write this down. The opposite of tan is inverse tan. Now inverse tan is written using the symbols tan to the power of -1. That tells me it's an inverse tan. It's not actually tan put to the -1. It tells me that's an inverse tan. On your calculator, this appears above the tan button. How do we get things above the buttons on our calculator? Shift. So to get this one, I would need to press Shift 10. So to get rid of the tan, I'm going to inverse tan both sides. Charlie, write the notes down, please. So if I inverse tan over here and inverse tan over here, on this side, inverse tan and tan, they're the opposites. They cancel out. So just like saying squared and square root cancel, or +3 and -3 cancel. They have had no effect, and I just have the theta. On this side, I have tan inverse of 6 on 10. The calculator works that out for us. So tan is here, but I want inverse tan. So I'm going to press Shift and then tan. I've then got 6 over 10, so I'm going to put that fraction in. Close the brackets so the calculator's happy. Press equals, and it tells me the answer as a decimal. So that is 30.9637 degrees. Now sometimes we want to measure our angles in not just degrees, but degrees and minutes. Who remembers what we do to turn it to degrees and minutes? You press the button. The button we're interested in is this one. That's the degrees, minutes, seconds button. If I press that one, it tells me it's 30 degrees and 57 minutes and 49 seconds. How do I know if I round up or not?
The 5, because it's...
This 57 does round up. Why? Yep.
Because it's in, so it makes 60, you make a whole degrees.
Excellent. So it's not 5 that's the halfway point anymore, like normal decimals. For degrees, minutes and seconds, it's 30 that's the halfway point, because there are 30 seconds in a minute and 30 minutes in a degree. So this is 49, that's 30 or bigger, so it tells me I need to round up. So instead of being 57, that will become 58. So it will be 30 degrees, 58 minutes as my answer. Is everyone happy with that? So 30 is the point you round up, not 5. Okay.
So you
Yep.
don't put seconds in?
For most questions, we just want degrees and minutes. We generally don't keep seconds. That's not a relevant amount of measurement on such a small triangle. We only start looking at seconds if we're looking at sort of globally, the size of the world. Then we'll start looking at seconds. All right, let's look at another one. So say we're given this triangle here. I'm going to give you that this angle is 62 not telling you the angle. I'm going to give you that this angle is, let's introduce another Greek letter. This one's phi. Okay, it's circled with a line that way. Another random Greek letter. Let's tell you that this distance along here is 25.6 centimetres. And this distance here is 12.9 centimetres. Remember, first step is identify which is O, A and H. Zach, focus. So hypotenuse is opposite the right angle, which is here. Put it around. No. This is my angle. It always matters where my angle is. So my angle is here, this is opposite the angle, and this is next to the angle. So I've worked out O, A and H. The two that I'm interested in this question are what? O, A and H. Which two are relevant for this question?
Oh, the A and H.
A and H. So O has nothing on it, not interested in O. Which one of the three rules uses A and H?
Cosine.
Cosine, well done. So the cosine rule, which you should all memorise, is this one. Cos theta equals A over H. I need to put in the three pieces of information for the question. So I have my angle. I chose to use phi just to be different. Cos phi equals A over H. A is 12.9. H is 25.6. To get phi on its own, I need to do what? I need to get rid of that cos. What is the opposite of a cos? What do you reckon? An inverse cos. Where am I going to find inverse cos on my calculator? Shift cos. So to find phi, it will be the inverse cos of 12.9 on 25.6. So I'm going to press inverse cos of 12.9 over 25.6. Oops, what did I do wrong? Yeah, that doesn't help if I type that in completely wrong. We need the 25 there. What you'll notice is that actually said math error. If you accidentally put these the wrong way round, it's going to give you a math error. It will say you've got it wrong. You can't find the answer. Alright, so if you type this in and it says math error, two things could have happened. One, you just typed it wrong. Two, you might have the fraction. Yes, so you can't get the wrong answer. You have to get it the right way around. Unless you're like me and type the wrong number. Now again, I've got 59.74. Shh. Quiet. Again, 59.74 is the decimal answer. If I wanted degrees and minutes, I've got 59.4428. Do I round up this time? No, because I have 28 seconds. So I haven't hit the halfway point, which is 30. So I leave it alone, and it stays as 59.44. And that's it. Do you want to